Well, it's important for two things. One, it's an opportunity to give back to a community that you've generated your life from. But two, I believe mentoring reduces carnage. And carnage is a nasty word, but it basically, I could say some words that could make an enormous difference to an organization in how it does its business. I can say some words that can help it find a market, help it change a market, help it find customers, help it generate revenue. So it's really an opportunity to get companies out of the ground and successful. It starts right from shareholder and organizational structure, the stuff they don't want to deal with, right to forcing them or driving them to talk to customers. And most tech companies don't want to talk to customers, and it's the most important thing they can do. And so we coach them on how to talk to customers and how to do what we call market discovery. Learn the market before they enter the market. And that helps them to position themselves more effectively. And it helps them to enter a market with a much higher probability of success. So we agree on what's important, and then I ensure that they go after that and complete it. I get to work with really smart people who are very passionate and want to make a difference, and that by itself is rewarding. We have a major impact as EIRs right away, and that's because we can start them off correctly. They have a very good idea what they want to accomplish, and with a few sage words or a few key connections, we can jumpstart their business right away. What we hope to do over a period of time is to get them to revenue and customers fast, and then what we hope to do is help them scale and grow and hire people and have an impact on the economy. The Venture Acceleration Program removes the randomness of success. It makes it much more likely you'll succeed, and it makes it much more likely you'll have fun along the journey. We remove roadblocks and we remove risk. I think a main point for a startup company is actually understanding the market they should go into first and focusing. Focus is a big issue with startups, and focus can be a company killer. The desire to make everybody happy in every market versus picking one hill, conquering it, and being willing to die on it is the major play. Success to me is an organization going after a market, winning that market, growing, employing people, and having an impact on the community.
Well, we were introduced to Venture Acceleration Program by a friend who had been through the program before, and she already has a startup. It's very successful. We came to the first information session, and then the welcoming nature of the staff and the EIRs, it was very attractive to us. Before we joined the Venture Acceleration Program, we had a very cool idea, but it was purely academic. And what the program did to us was that it showed us the pathway to actually bring the idea out of the lab and transform it into a product and find customers for it who would be willing to pay to use it. Well, John is a very cool mentor. We have worked with him since May now, and he is very helpful. He is we bounce off a lot of our ideas off of him, and usually we go in the field, we meet with customers, and then lots of questions comes up. What should we do? What can we promise? And then talking to John is very helpful in those areas. Just making sure that we stay on track and we don't cause trouble for ourselves in the future.
I think it's very real time. The two of them will go into the marketplace and bash around, and then we'll sit down and diagnose what they found. We'll talk it through. We'll try and get the best out of it, and then they go back in the field and do their next round of research.
Well, one of the challenges we had to address was the shareholder and the structure of the company, and John has been very helpful in helping us come up with a clear idea of how the shareholder structure is going to be. He also introduced to us very great resources such as lawyers, patent attorneys that we have talked to and got some ideas, and we now know where to go from here. The opportunity is enormous. We have a chance here to revolutionize agriculture, And with the help of the Venture Accelerate program and our mentors, we feel very confident that we can be successful in this business. When being an entrepreneur seems like climbing a mountain. You know, you can go up the mountain. There are several paths to go to the mountaintop, but you are not quite sure which path to take. And having an EIR is like having someone who's been to the mountaintop before, and now you are going through the path that they recommend, and they hold your hand through the challenges and guide you to the mountaintop, which is hopefully the success of your business. Success is actually, for me personally, is a product that works and makes the customer happy. Well, it's a very rewarding path, I would say, and you are, you are flexible, but you also have a lot of control to to maximize your effort. And I don't think in any other job in the planet, working for someone else, you can maximize your capacity than starting a business yourself. Well, one challenge is obviously raising money so we could start the product development, and then our main challenge and our goal is going to be delivering that product, talking to the customer, trying to keep the customer engaged enough in our product so we could build this relationship in the future and go to the marketplace with this direct channel. Understanding the pain of the customer is one of the most important part of becoming an entrepreneur, and the connection you need to have with your customer and with the market, that's essential. I would say it would change your perspective. You would look at the problem from a different angle if you go through it, and it's definitely worthwhile to go through the program. It gave us focus, and it definitely gave us a better perspective to tackle the issues, and gave us discipline also. There are tons of things to do, and choosing the priority of what needs to be done next is essential. Yes, EIRs have been very inspiring, and because they've been in the business before, they've had many cases of problems that could happen or has happened to them. They've experienced all these firsthand, and having their expertise and their ideas is very useful to us. It's very challenging when you're coming from purely academic world background, because you keep running into people who say that you need to have a business aspect of the game, and without the business you cannot necessarily succeed. What you need is to definitely have faith in your idea, make sure you've checked it and you make sure that it's working, but you definitely going to need help from the business world and people who you can trust. Well, the Venture Acceleration Program has been very helpful in helping us design experiments to research our market and test the idea with the customers. It's a personal value. I would say it's one of my personal and deepest values to actually do something useful, make a change.